Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SLTP. We've got me, Shadox, here today, and I'm joined by Joseph Quigley and Shaner. By Shane, I was gonna call you your full name. I don't know. I should have asked more actually. Shaner's Edict, or should I just go Shane? But anyways,
Shane Zedek, Shane Downey. It's all the same to me.
but yeah, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Pretty good.
Feeling good.
Yeah, today we actually got some pretty much more interesting news than last time.
Happier news, anyway.
Yeah, happier news. I guess last time was also interesting.
Lining to it.
Yeah. But before we get into all of that, we had the big PPG event just happen, and both Shane and Joseph were there. So I guess why don't you guys tell me about that? How did that go?
It went really well, all told. I got to be featured player. That was a lot of fun. And honestly, it was just after, in my case, and I think for quite a few people, essentially 6 months since any big event with Continentals. I know there's smaller events since then, but it felt good to finally go out again and see people again and just have a great time with the Lorcana community again, enjoying the game we love.
Yeah, just to double down on that, it was great to see a lot of people. Most of us haven't seen since Continentals or even Seattle in certain cases, as someone who attended both of those events. And then as far as the actual events themselves, I thought they ran pretty smoothly. I was actually impressed that they started on time, which almost no events do. And this is coming from Continentals as someone who played in LCQs and Joseph did as well. That was a bit of a debacle. So really happy to participate in an event that started on time, which of course means ends reasonably early as well. Despite the fact that it was a 9-round event, you still got to get out, before the sunset, grab some dinner, whatever it may be, and still have a couple hours of the evening left. So big points to PPG in that regard.
Nice. Yeah, glad to hear. And especially with it being PPG, the ones who did used to run the DLC, it's nice to see that they still had good structure. I guess definitely much better than Continentals, because that was an insane wait for LCQs.
Yes.
Yeah. Some shit happened on that one. I didn't even know the full story on that one, other than too many entries, and shit got weird.
But yeah, so in terms of your actual runs, how did Friday and were you both there for Friday? You were, right?
You were both
and then
there.
Saturday and Sunday, there was an event. Yeah, there was events all 3 days. How did they go?
You kick us off.
All right. It started off fairly well. I was one of the weirdos bringing blue-green bend control to this particular event, because I thought it'd be a good meta call into all the red-blue, and I felt confident enough into Amber Steel in my testing that I'm like, okay, I can roll this. So Friday went quite well. We went 7-2. We only lost to Shane here, who got me pretty well with Red Blue Shark. That was a tougher matchup than I anticipated. And then I lost to a Green Steel discard player, which was also a really tough matchup. But it was the only discard matchup I saw all weekend, which makes me feel better about the call I made. Because I didn't think there'd be too much discard. And sure enough, the Green Steel player seemed to get really bullied in the first few rounds and not really top tables weekend. That was kind of interesting. So got 20th place on Friday, felt really good. The contemplation was like, all right, if I get my ass kicked with this stupid deck, I'm going to switch to Purple and just play it safe. But I didn't. I'm just like, all right, roll it again, let's go. So Saturday started off extremely well. Got a no-show round 1, then strung together 4 wins. So we're starting off 5-0. Felt extremely good. All team ETP there started off 4-0, feeling really good. And then I played a really close match into an Amber Steel aggro player. We got a couple of draws, I could maybe swing it and go 6-0. We lost that, and we faced Justin, and Justin kicked my ass very soundly. His build of Amber Steel aggro was a lot tougher for me. And then the wheels were off, and then we lost a close one to Amber Steel wheel, and that was it, the run. Finished 5-4 on the day. Not great. I still feel pretty good about the deck and the weekend overall. Knowing, how close I may have been to a deeper run on the Saturday. It's not the most consistent deck in the world. I recognize that, but I'm proud of how I managed to do it.
I don't know if you noticed this, if you rewatched the stream, but they were calling you a villain for bringing that deck, but they said it was from the nicest guy, so they made up for it.
I did watch back my game on stream, and I had good delight in that. I felt kind of bad. The guy was like nervous going in. He was a very nice guy. He was a good sport about it. He was nervous going in, and then just like I saw the red purple, and I was like, oh no, he would have a very very bad time here. I'm sorry.
And he did. That was, I think you had like a million cards, but like your deck doesn't get lore at all, so it still took you like 15 turns to beat him after you bent and like
That's
had
the
stuff
way I
out.
like it.
It's literally a slow death. You're just
Death by 1,000 cuts.
That's how we roll.
Yeah.
So I had a pretty similar experience in the sense that overall I had a positive record on the weekend and a pretty good run overall. But with that said, everyone's goal is to make the top 8 or make the top 16, regardless of what the cut is. I had the unfortunate event of finishing 9th on Friday. However, it's not too obviously. I was disappointed finishing 9th, of course, but the cut was clean, so it's not like I finished 9th on breakers. But had the best breakers. I did play Blue Red Shark coming out of Worlds. Obviously, DKP has success with his own deck. I had actually been playing primarily Blue Red items for the past couple months. And before that, playing the Shark deck and kind of getting sick of losing to Pete over and over and over again. That was kind of when Purple Steel was a little more prominent. So I was getting repeated left and right, and I'm like, screw this, I'm going to switch to items. And items can just laugh off of Pete. It's not really a big deal. So that felt pretty good for a while. But of course, metagames change, and you have to adapt as things go along. So actually was talking with Tyler, who of course had an incredible weekend. We both were leaning towards items, and then I just wasn't winning enough to my liking, even though I enjoy playing the deck. So kind of just a few days before Dallas, I decided, I'm going to pick up this Shark deck again and give it a shot. And like, I just kept winning, and like, I didn't feel like I was doing anything special, but credit to DKP for bringing Carpetbag into the mix. I know some other players as well have tried that as well, but he kind of put it in the spotlight in Worlds. And so I tried Carpetbag for the first time ever, just a few days before the event. Was really enjoying, first of all, that it gave the Sixer Automatoa something to drop in that like really impacted the board. So anytime you have a one of, I know a lot of people in this game have different feelings about one ofs or maxing out 4 ofs, but I think that's kind of like a perfect one of for that deck. So I was having success with it. Played it to a 7-2 record, including beating Joseph on that blue-green deck. And it's interesting, in the few days of testing that I was really focused, I played that blue-green deck a lot online.
Really?
And I was like, is this a real deck? What's going on? A lot of it was just the same guy over and over again. And you really have to change your mindset when you play that deck. With regards to ramping and emptying your hand. Like, a lot of times on like turn 4, you want to ink your T-Bow, right? But against this deck, no. Just ink everything. Like, use your T-Bows super aggressively.
I lost online the other day to somebody who went like double T-Bow on turn 5. I'm just like, I hate you so much.
Yeah, exactly. So people are coming around. And I played it more than once. I think I played it 2 times on Friday, and it might have been 3 times total on the weekend. But yeah, so I don't know if I just caught all the decks in the room or all the people that were playing it.
As far as I know, there were like 3 of us, and I think you did catch like a couple of them.
Yeah, I caught at least 2 on Friday. Maybe I'm misremembering not playing it the next day. But either way, 7-2 record. I did lose to Tyler himself. It was the only Shark Mirror I played all weekend. He won the role. Each player who was on the play won our game and our match, which is just the nature of Lorcana in some cases. Not to take anything away from me. He played great, or from him, excuse me. but and then my other loss was to green purple aggro, like Curse Merfolk. No blue red deck wants to see a Curse Merfolk.
Flynn and all that. Yeah,
and that's an even bigger die roll matchup in my opinion.
Very much. I can't remember off the top of my head who won that one. I think I got a game, but either way, I lost the match.
Yeah.
So similar to Joseph, it was like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just registered the same 60 for the following day, and that day started pretty well too.
You beat the most popular deck on Dreamborn in round 3 with the Flingerdinger himself, the goodest boy.
I did play the goodest boy. I've had some interactions with him online many, many moons ago. I don't really look at 20 lore these days, but somebody had to point out it was him afterwards. And if you're watching this, it was a pleasure. But yeah, it made a lot more sense based on some of the quips while we were playing. But
He's
yeah,
a
I
funny
played a cast of characters. Yeah, I played quite a cast of characters throughout the weekend. I played 4 different SLTC members. So that's high competition, really.
Yeah.
I went 2-2 overall. I can't really complain too much about that. So I went 6-3 on Saturday. I lost to Justin in the last round, fellow SLTCer, if you will. Once I think he got us both, Joseph, on Saturday.
He did.
And we knew we were playing for 7-2, but we knew our breakers weren't quite up to snuff. For that top 16 cut, I think Justin ended up winning and getting 19th, I believe. So that's another one where, sure, I'm always disappointed to lose, but never just too sad to lose to a friend and lose in a situation where, you're not necessarily playing for high stakes. So, but yeah, good event overall. The only thing I'll say, and it's something they've already fixed, so I don't want to be too critical, is going into the weekend, I had kind of been vocal that the rounds that they were advertising weren't high enough, and B, their quote-unquote 10K prize pool wasn't much of a 10K. So they did offer a buyback program. I think I got a box and a half for 9th. But I don't remember the exact amount, but if you add it all up, it doesn't add up to 10K, like what their buyback rate is, right?
80 or 90 a box.
Yeah, so I think they're well aware that was an issue for some people, and they've already said going into Denver and presumably future events that all the events will have cash prizes tied to them, and you won't have to worry about more product.
And it's great. It's great to see them taking the feedback and actually working upon it right away.
I mean, they're good about that on the DLC circuit, right?
Yeah. Yes. Definitely, and they did up the rounds on Friday to 9, which was appropriate for the amount.
Yeah, I know you were vocal about that from the beginning.
Yeah, because it said 7 initially, and I was like, you're gonna have to 7-0 or you're screwed.
I will say, to expand on that I thought maybe the Saturday should have been 10 rounds. I don't know if that would have been practical, but it's a thought with an extra 100 people. But more importantly, I think only pricing at the top 16 on the Saturday after going top 32 on the Friday, I thought that felt kind of bad. I
agree with you there.
Expanded out the pricing a bit more there so that more people get pricing. But absolutely agreed on the Friday product pricing feeling very not good. And they definitely also should have at least rounded up some of the pack pricing too. Cutting out of boxes felt bad as well. Pricing aside, it was a great weekend, and like you said, they seem to be improving there. So good on that.
Yeah, just one real quick add-on to that. If they were to expand upon top 16 for the Saturday event, I mean, what was it? 451 people, I believe, for Saturday. So to get top 32 and get nothing, that is a feel bad for those people.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I always tell local stores whenever they ask me about how I feel about their prize pool or if they want feedback, I always tell them that if you have a solid record in the event, for locals it's totally different because the scale is different of how many people. But I always say you should at least, if you feel like you had a good quality record for the event, whatever that might be, you should at least break even, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you top 32 a 500 person event or close to it, if you get $50 or $100, I feel like that's kind of the bare minimum for me.
Entry back or something, right? Anything.
Yes. Even a voucher, you top 32 Texas, well, you get free entry into Denver.
Yeah.
That's
a good idea.
Or something.
Really good idea.
Yeah. Shane, I had one thing. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were going, but back to the carpet bag. I totally agree with you. I've never seen a card with a one of change percentages so much on certain matchups. I was lucky enough to test with DKP the week leading up to Worlds, and at first we thought the Amber Emerald discard matchup, kind of Pandemonium Hearts, one of his favorite decks, was a horrible matchup for Shark. And then we were winning maybe like 20-25%. And then we added Carpet Bag, and it like flipped to over 50%, just purely from McDucks and like just playing Manners or playing the Carpet Bag would just steal games. And it was wild that it went like one card made that much of an impact. I've never seen just one card have that big of an impact in matchup percentages.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That's a really unique matchup where neither decks are really pressuring.
Right.
Well, I mean, Shark to an extent. I was my brain is back to like items versus green yellow. Like no one's gaining lower there for the first like 10 turns. But with Shark, yeah, you're absolutely right. The carpet bag can swing things significantly, and then also in like a red purple matchup where anybody who's played red blue for any amount of time, they know that red blue can't answer an item, right? Right. So if you can get a carpet bag down there, it's a big deal too.
And speaking of red purple, I want to know your opinion. How do you feel about that matchup?
As a Shark player?
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously different versions of red purple, but I'm, if they ink Madam Mim Fox, I'm not too sad.
Yeah. Because me and DKP think it's a really, really, really good matchup. Like the only way we lose is to Flynn on the draw. When Sharks
Which
on the
I
draw,
did play. I played against a Flynn this weekend.
Oh,
I guess
it's like nobody plays Flynn anymore.
Yeah.
Was that the Flinger Dinger?
I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Ruby Amethyst matchup. I think that's like the best matchup because like Shark doesn't have like a lot of good matchups, but it doesn't have bad matchups. So it's just like you just gotta outpilot most of your matchups, which I love decks like that.
Yeah, I think it's good overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess in the meantime, while we're waiting for Tyler, if he joins, whenever he joins, we'll just talk about the other news. So today there was also another Lorecast, just like last week, except this one had much better news. Let me pull my little summary here. So, to sum up some of the first news they talked about, they've given us the ticket links for the DLCs, and they said that they'll go on sale July 16th for both NA and EU, just the first DLCs, which is Bologna and Milwaukee, right? And it'll go up at 12 p.m. EST or 6 p.m. CEST for EU. And it's also going to be on the Pastimes website. How do we feel about that? I don't know if you guys have taken a look at that website yet.
So, I would say that the first year of competitive Lorcana, the number one biggest pain point was Eventbrite, and people upset that they couldn't get tickets, or there was a struggle to get tickets, or they just couldn't go to the DLCs they were desperate to go to. I think that was amplified extremely loudly throughout the competitive year, and we kind of all, grin and bore it because, well, what else are they going to do? Like, there's not necessarily infrastructure set up yet to do this. There's going to be a future far-flung app. Maybe they can do it through that at some point with when they have that infrastructure set up. So here we are, a year plus from from last year's competitive season, and hearing all that. And I haven't heard anything that makes me feel like it's going to be better. And knowing that there is going to be even more hotly contested, quite possibly, I'm very, very worried it's going to be very bad. And with all the time that I think they have had to think about this problem and try to solve it, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because at least Eventbrite, I know, handles these ticket sales all the time, right? Like tons of people getting tickets. Pastimes, I know they host other events. I don't know if it's been to this volume before, if anyone knows.
Well, I'll say I was recently at MagicCon Las Vegas, which is gigantic.
Okay.
Like 15,000 people.
Okay, so they host, they do that one too?
And they are in charge of the tournaments that run there. I don't know if I think there might be a separate company involved with the overall planning, or at least semi-involved. But as far as the tournaments that actually run in the event itself, they are a part of. And they run smoothly as far as I could tell.
Oh, okay.
But as far as getting tickets for that, it's run through a company called Reed Pop, which I know nothing about other than this is the company that you buy events for if you're at a MagicCon. It's a really interesting process to where you have to buy a ticket to the convention itself, and then you have to buy a ticket to the events that you want to attend within the convention. And you can't buy a ticket to those events unless you have like your badge associated with your account, that sort of thing. So it's a little convoluted. However, it's pretty well done. However, I'm not sure how much Pastimes is involved with this. None of this is going directly through the Pastimes site, right?
And I assume in that case, it's not going to be like it's not a case where tickets sell out in minutes. I assume.
Certain events, like the tickets to attend the convention, do sell out maybe eventually, but it's not like you need to do it immediately. Certain events are in demand, where they do sell out pretty quickly. But like I said, I probably shouldn't be giving Pastimes any credit here because it's not necessarily associated with their website. With that said, I have looked at the Pastimes website. It looks fine. Like others have said, like Eventbrite obviously is a company that's designed specifically to sell tickets. A lot of people had a lot of bad experiences with Eventbrite. I have a roommate who is well known on the Magic scene and plays Lorcana very casually, if at all, that would have played in probably 2 or 3 big Lorcana events if he could have gotten a ticket, and he attempted to and didn't get a ticket to any of them. So they effectively lost a competitive player, right? Or a potential competitive player based on their ticketing system. Is it going to be any different now? I don't think any of us will know for sure until we get to that day and that time.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say, Pastimes is a local shop to me. I used to work for them back in 2007 and 2008 as a judge. And they've been kind of one of the biggest stores in Chicago. When I played Yu-Gi-Oh, they were really the only store. And they had a building that was it got converted to a Walmart. It was massive. So they have been around forever, and they've done a bunch of big events. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and hope it goes well. I know no matter what, like you can never kind of predict how many people are going to come through for tickets and traffic and stuff. And so it's kind of like whenever, I don't know if you guys play Blizzard games, but the first day of any Blizzard game is always awful.
It is the worst.
And you can like never actually play the game. So like, and they've got millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to get those servers up. And so it's one of those things where like, it's probably not going to go 100% to everybody's liking, but we'll get through it and hopefully I'll get tickets.
Yeah, hopefully it all works out. Hello, Luke. Hello, Tyler.
Hey, what's up?
Is this Dredge?
Hello.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, hello.
Just Luke Grant joining play. First, Luke is a cat. Second, he's just chilling playing a game.
It's just a nice, relaxing podcast.
Yeah,
it's true.
So yeah, well, we'll see how the ticketing goes. Switching over from Eventbrite to the Pastimes website, and hopefully it all goes well, and hopefully we all get tickets. Yay!
I will say I don't like noon. I think that's a very weird decision, but maybe it makes it smoother. I don't know.
Yeah. And I guess another thing to point out is for EU, it is still the Fanfinity website. So at least they're continuing with their tried and true.
Yeah, and I actually might attempt to get tickets to both events.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one thing I also want to point out is they're start at the same time, so might be a bit more troublesome for people who are trying to get both tickets.
Yeah, gonna be very troublesome for me as I have a work meeting at that time.
Yeah. Also, 12
So
noon EST is like middle of
Yeah.
work for some people, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping my my parents can get them for me logged into my account.
That's a big ask.
Yeah. So this is pretty much what they revealed today. So this is sort of their mid-level, I guess, compromise to the lack of DLCs that we're having this year. So as you know, we've only gotten 3 NA DLCs and 3 EU DLCs. But I guess sort of in their place, they've announced that there are going to be these CCQs, Challenge Championship Qualifiers, which is essentially third-party tournaments that are being officially supported by Ravensburger. So think of events like CCS or even PPG or SSG or Ink, like any of those. They could be supported by Ravensburger, and they could be given either promos, or they could be given an actual invite slot straight to the Continental Championship. So there is like a whole application process, and then stores have to apply, and then obviously we'll know ahead of time when they happen. And there is also 24 invite spots for these CCQs total. So that would be for the whole year. And yeah, so it was I don't know if anybody was really expecting this too much. I kind of was, because they mentioned it a bit. I didn't think it would be exactly like this, but it is nice to see that they're giving third-party events and grassroots like the support that they would need, as well as sort of, I guess, giving a remedy to the feedback that everyone gave them last week from the DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah,
I don't know why I said
It does
Champion.
make more sense as to why there's only 3. They're kind of like, no, we want you to help us. Like, you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my impression is that that this third-party invite system wasn't actually part of their original plan, and it's a response to the feedback.
Yeah.
And that's okay, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to correct the wrongs. But like Luke said,
my
it's
goodness.
heavily depending on the third-party events.
Yep.
And it's putting the onus on a lot of those third parties to execute to a high level and have high quality events. And I think we've seen that some organizers can do so.
Yep. But I think that's not many. Like,
yes,
on one hand, we could probably name all the ones that have been done well.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Now that opens up the road for more to show up and say, "Hey, we can do this." So
Yeah. In fact, when this got announced, there's a 5K at a like, I think it's called like CollectorCon or something. I don't know much about the events that are happening outside of Lorcana, but there's a 5K that's happening local to me in about a month and a half, whenever Fabled comes out. And I can't help but wonder, like, is that something that could qualify for this system or not? It sounds like the application process to be a part of it is pretty simple. What was it, Joseph? You said just send an email?
At the moment, it's just send an email.
I'll let you.
well-
I mean, I assume they're going to ask for more after that, but
sure,
Yeah.
but
we
they
haven't
also
done anything
on the
that formal.
broadcast they talked about like what number they might want to see. Right? They were like hoping
Okay.
for like 128 plus.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they said they were hoping, or ideally, it would be like 128 plus people at these events.
Yeah.
That they would support these events with maybe 1 or 2 invites. It sounded like 2 might be the max they'd give out to a single event. I'm assuming, obviously, for the bigger ones, you'd get 2 for like maybe like just reaching 100 is like 1, something like that. It's also important to note that you can still be supported and not have invites. So they'll still support some events with just like promos or prizing or something. You just
That'd be
won't
good
have
too.
invites attached to it.
Rapunzel win.
Yeah, I mean that's what my So I have one of my locals is a TO for the store that he plays at, and he was saying, what if this 30 to 50 player event wants just more support? Like, they don't need an invite, but having support like that could be great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's definitely good news all around.
Yeah, and I guess
It's great to see them take
oh, yeah.
a step like this.
Wait, hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess another thing also that's noted there is that LCQs this year, there's only going to be 8 invite slots.
Yeah, I want to touch on that. What do we think that event is going to be? Is it going to be just like a a DLC where the top 8 go
that's
through?
What I think.
I
That's what I'm
think so. And that's good. It's way better than lose one match and you're dead.
Yeah, but the pods were. I know it was do or die, but that was kind of the highest success rate to get into Continentals.
I agree with you.
Generally
I think
speaking.
that was the easiest possible way to get in.
From a numbers perspective, right?
It was.
It might still be difficult to say, okay, I'm going to win 5 best of 3s in a row, but.
So I will say that I don't like that format. I'm glad if it's gone. My bigger problem with things as they stand right now is I feel like they're being needlessly stingy as far as the number of people who qualify for Continentals. They're still sticking to 128 players for some reason. I'm just like, why? The only benefit I see to that is like you can serve everybody along without it costing a lot. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't double that, for instance, or maybe even more than that. You could have more qualification spots at the LCQs, or maybe with third-party organizers, or maybe at DLCs themselves. I don't understand why 128 is necessarily the right number as opposed to letting more people have that opportunity to compete. Maybe not go too ridiculous, but like 256, why not?
Yeah, see, I'm on the opposite view. I like it, the lower number. I even like a lower number of worlds, like 16 people, for instance. Like,
wow.
I go back to like the Hearthstone days where 16 people would qualify for worlds, and they'd play Thursday through Sunday, and they'd stream every single match and do like pods, and that was like really good.
I
that
see
was
what
really
you're
good watch.
From
really
a viewer
good
experience, that is very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, from a viewer experience, less people is better because you get better story of the tournament, better just kind of stuff like that. But for Continentals, I think 128 is a good number because it's still very hard and very, very tough to qualify, and prestigious and such. So it's and then you have Yu-Gi-Oh where qualifying for nationals is like pretty much everybody does it, right?
I like that though. I don't know. I don't mind. I didn't mind.
But J-Bomb, you just talked on something that's a good point, because I think one of my feedbacks from Worlds was Saturday was not as fun as Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing everything on Sunday was really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't see. And again, we saw a lot of the same players from Saturday and then on Sunday. So there were like a lot of players we didn't even see out of the 28 that were there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think that was a major fault of the overall production.
Yep.
I think there should have been backup matches recorded for every single match.
Yep.
Mathematically, they could have showed every single player throughout the event play at least one match, and they obviously neglected to do that. So I wouldn't put that too much on the structure, but more just on the organization of the production overall.
Yeah, because even I think the final round, I think it was like a quick 2-0, and we knew that there were other players still playing, and they were just like, well, bye. And we're like, wait, there's another game going on still.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like just having it be a Thursday through Sunday thing for Worlds, you can go past Saturday and Sunday, and even if it's a small amount of people, just stream more matches. Like, we want to see the best players in the world play, and I think that's the biggest thing. And then obviously making Worlds more open and having an audience cheer and stuff would be great too. But I just want to see the best people in the world play matches, and as much matches we can get out of it.
That's
up, everybody.
Hey Tyler, and hey Boomy.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. So I guess, how about you guys? Do you guys have any thoughts on this whole new structure they've announced?
It's not much different than the previous structure, right? just smaller LCQ and third-party qualifier events for Continentals.
Pretty much. Yeah. So less DLCs in favor of more third-party support.
I don't like that, but I like more third-party support. I don't like less DLCs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think in a way, so that all of the DLCs that I attended last year were the 2,000 plus cap events. I know there were a few that were in the 1,000 range. I think Chicago and Toronto, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were the two I missed in North America. So I have a feeling some of these third-party events might mirror the experience of a Chicago or a Toronto in a pretty similar way.
Yeah.
I'd like Chicago
I
for
think-
what it was worth. So I mean, if they're going to mirror that, I'm fine with that.
I bet you
Yeah,
did, Mr. Top 32.
maybe that's
I mean-
me putting too much pressure, but I think it's possible that a third party can pull off an event like that.
Yeah, I think organizing and finding space for events that are that big is actually quite difficult and quite expensive.
Yeah.
You know, Ravensburger's prizing payout costs them very little to,
Right.
To produce. Other organizations don't really have that luxury, so I imagine. I mean, how much are Magic Grand Prix these days? Like $100 to get in.
At least.
At least, yeah. So I think that if a third party organizer were to have events that were 1,000 people, where you're probably looking at quite hefty entrance fee just to cover venue costs.
And we currently don't know DLC cost yet, right? They mentioned on Lorecast, but we haven't seen it yet, have we?
That's a little wild.
They did say ticket prices would be available
Soon.
I think they said today. I never
On
checked.
sale
I
Tuesday.
thought they said today as well, but
Yeah, I never followed up and checked. But that's something I never considered was them raising the price.
So
Or possibly lowering it. Who knows?
I've publicly said that I thought DLCs were too cheap, which
Yeah.
I agree with
I know it might be a
How dare you.
controversial statement, but if you think about it, I want to be very, very clear. If they raise the price from it was $50, right? So at the start of DLCs in Atlanta, you could sell the entry promo for more than $50 immediately.
Yep.
That might not that's no longer the case, but when the first DLC happens this year, that might be the case for whatever the entry promo is.
Pegasus.
Correct. Yes. So right away, the attendees could get their money back, and the events were also selling out instantaneously. On top of that, what I heard from people involved on the judging side of things and the staff is that some of the best judges in the country were declining offers to work these events as the season went along because, quite frankly, the pay didn't make sense for them. So when I say you should raise the price to the event, I mean with the intention that it goes back into the overall experience, and that means hiring the best people, and that means nice venues and providing for the attendees. And ideally, they have an attendee badge that makes sense for the less competitive players, because I think a lot of the DLC competitors in the previous year weren't always players that were expecting to do well in the event. They're just trying to experience the overall weekend, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to make that very clear. But ideally, they could have a separate attendee badge that gets some of the perks that they're looking for, without taking away a slot from a hyper competitive player that wants to be in the main event.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I do think it's...
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
Didn't they say unlimited attendee badges?
They did imply that. I don't know if that's accurate. Okay.
That's not accurate.
They said specifically it's based on fire code, which makes sense. So there's going to be some sort of hard cap on it.
Oh, fire code. Okay, like the actual venue.
Literally how much in the building fits safely.
I thought it was like, we gotta find a code and then you can get in as an attendee. Fire code.
So
use fire code Temple and you can get a DLC ticket.
Yeah.
Boomy, I just looked up the cost of the next Magic Spotlight Series, which is basically the equivalent of what Grand Prix are now.
Okay.
It is $75.
Okay.
So not quite 100, but
Yeah, that's
limited ones go over 100.
Yeah, but even if they do like
Okay, that
50
makes
to
sense,
75,
yeah.
that's like, and 2,048
I
people,
mean-
again, that's,
That'd be reasonable.
We just paid $100 for PPG. I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, but
Yeah.
not everybody walked away with your bag though.
oh
Right.
goodness, that has nothing to do with
True.
it.
But yeah, no, I think people are
But
willing to
that's-
spend for these competitive events.
Yeah, right. Especially like the main one. I mean, this is PPG is a third-party event that people are still traveling to go play because they just want to play the game.
Yeah.
I think like very, very, very easily people would spend $125 to go play a DLC.
Oh yeah,
I
100%. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, if they wanted to do that, they could absolutely do that. And people are going to ride over it for no reason. They're still going to buy tickets. Like that's just
Well,
that's just the truth.
Well,
I think raising the price might, and this might be a bad stance to have, it might lower the amount of more casual facing players to want to pay and go to an event if it's all of a sudden 2 or 3 times the cost of what it was the first season.
Well, that kind of ties into what I said though. If there's an attendee badge, let's say the attendee badge is $50 and the entry into the main event is $100. If we can parse those two crowds a little bit, I think both parties would have a better time.
Yeah.
I
potentially.
agree.
I agree.
That would be good.
Were
That would be
the attendees badges also $50 the first year?
They were 20 or 25.
Okay, so they were
Yeah,
discounted.
they were.
Okay.
They were cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there is a large part of the Lorcana audience that Ravensburger and Disney, if they're involved in the decisions, want at their events, which is like the Disney families. And obviously like those people can come and have attendance and whatnot, but like, the little, the 10, 11-year-old kid who says, I went and played in a 2,000 person tournament. I got 5 wins. I won the Mulan. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
I am not sure they're super eager to drive those people away.
Yeah.
And PPG costs you $100, but a large portion of that went to paying the people who did well back. Right. Like Ravensburger doesn't have that expense. They don't need to charge $100 to cover, the prizing that they're giving out.
That's a good point.
So
That's true.
could they raise the price of a DLC ticket to $100 and still sell out in 40 seconds? Yeah, probably. But I think that might drive away some of their actual target audience, or part of their target audience. So
It's fair.
Going off what you said there too, I did notice somewhere in the fine print that kids under 12 would be free for, I believe, the attendee badges.
Was that the
That's
case
really
last
cool.
year?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He made it. The way he said it made it seem like it was like, oh yeah, and we've always been doing this. So
I want to say last year was 10 and under, maybe.
Oh, so there was a free age at some point.
There was a free age. There was a free age. I remember talking to Snobby about it. Saying like if I come with my 8-year-old kid and they don't have an attendee badge, like, and I have a competitor badge, is my kid just not going to get to come in? And he's like, no, your 8-year-old kid is gonna get to come in. Like, that's fine. So they have been letting kids in. I don't know what the age was. I love how Luke is just playing Celeste. This game is fantastic.
Yeah, it's very distracting.
I haven't played that game in a couple years, but yeah, I'm trying to weigh his skills against my own.
Oh, I'm doing terribly.
Yeah,
But that's a cool thing about the age thing. That's a good way to.
Yeah, it is great.
Yeah,
it is great.
Yeah.
And yeah, going back to what Shane was saying about like using extra ticket sales, like funding towards judges and stuff. Yeah, I will say, like, the stuff I heard, like the support for judges last year was like so. Like you said, even some of them were turning down events, despite having some sort of compensation. But yeah, hopefully this year it's a lot better and there's a judge program or something.
So I'm just thinking about this on the spot, but if you think about the locations, right, they're all pretty centrally located. If a West Coast judge wants to judge in these events, that is going to cost them more out of pocket to attend than a judge located elsewhere. So that's that's unfortunate for those particular individuals.
Did we talk about the location of the DLCs yet?
Last episode we did, but
okay,
yeah, we can chat about them.
J-Bomb and I are within 3 hours driving of 2 of them. And I don't know about you, J-Bomb, but I'm pretty unhappy with the schedule. It's like I can easily drive to 2 of them this year, and that's just like, well, one, I got to get a ticket to both.
Mhm.
I have a work meeting while the
I do as well.
Oh no,
That's a universal problem. It
yeah,
appears.
I'm leading an in-person work meeting at the time tickets go on sale, so I'm gonna have to recruit some people to try to get tickets for me.
Should book a meeting now.
Yeah, right.
It's a good idea.
And other than that, it's like I just want to play the game more. I just want to travel to more DLCs.
Yeah.
Locations.
yeah. Hey, at least they said that Canada will get some third party.
They better.
Canada was mentioned.
They better toss us a bone.
Yeah, here's Shane and I, all the way in California.
Well, don't worry. I bet the Canadian one will be like in Vancouver, so you guys can just like drive up to that.
Oh yeah,
It'll be
Same
so
distance.
far away from all these Toronto and Quebec
Canadian
places.
one? The Canadian one's going to be in the territories. Do you guys even know where Northwest Territories are?
Yes, it's in Canada.
In the Northwest, right?
In the Northwest.
20% Northwest event. Let's
Boom.
go.
I think
American geography.
for me to drive to Vancouver would be like 25 hours.
Oh,
something.
really?
Yeah.
Even though it's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
It's so... Dude, California's huge.
Yeah, California is very,
huge.
very deceptively long.
Hopefully they don't schedule it in
The west
Canadian
side of
Texas.
Canada is huge too.
Yeah.
But
The West Coast folks in Canada should get something as well.
I'm sure you
Thanks,
guys all
Joseph.
Can you give us
few
Toronto?
events.
All right, I oversold it. It's 21 and a half hours
Ah.
for me to drive to Vancouver.
I mean, yeah,
You're being
25
dramatic,
with
Shane.
stops. Yeah.
I guess other things that were mentioned. I think I talked about the prize support. There is like non-foil versions of the DLC prize cards, which is pretty nice.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's reserve the real feedback for that until they show which ones. Because if they just send a bunch of Pegasus
for
that's
everyone.
a little bit different than actually shelling out what's the tier? It's Mulan, Simba, Elsa.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are non-foil Elsas, at least in the prize wall, but it's what Dragonfire, Let It Go from last season, and then Pegasus and Mulan, and then is there a non-foil Simba for the prize wall,
so.
or is it just the
think
other
so.
I
four?
think they implied that in the announcement.
Okay,
Oh,
that would make sense.
is there not going to be a non-foil Elsa for the prize wall?
I think they're getting non-foil everything. I don't think there's. Did they say Elsa? I don't know.
I don't think there was the Elsa.
Supposedly,
Oh,
all
interesting.
of this is
Okay.
supposed to be on the site before tickets go on sale. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
3 days.
Can we talk about the promos? I feel like it is not going to be as profitable as the season 1 promos, where the Rapunzel prize wall Rapunzel was like amazing because that's one of the most consistent 4-ofs in a deck if you played Amber. So everybody was like, I need to get 4 of these because it's a beautiful card. The art's amazing. And the art's amazing on all of these, but there's just not a ton of them are just like banger playable cards like the first season of sets were like pretty much every card was playable and some even
some
for like a
format
1 or 2
capacity.
I mean, there's only
I
one playable card in the new set before rotation happens because
I was
who
going to
knows?
say, it's
maybe
like
not.
devil's advate.
Yeah,
Who
maybe,
knows after rotation?
right? Maybe
Like,
that
I agree.
Mulan and then that Simba might see more stuff.
I don't know about the Mulan. Everything else maybe. But
the Mulan, the Mulan card I think is actually pretty good if that strategy is viable. Like if Ruby Steel kind of control deck is viable, having characters that can challenge ready characters, it's like you could navigate to a spot in the game where your opponent just cannot win any.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, if there's a way to give Mulan resist that isn't hamster ball, you know, she's just gonna clear everything that they play until the game ends, right?
Until they play a shark.
Resist +2.
Yeah, no one's gonna play shark post rotation. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Garbage card.
Bad.
I think regardless of what cards they chose, that the promos would be less lucrative in season 2.
That's true.
I think
That's
these choices in particular, I think will be lower. However, I don't think there's really any way to match that initial hype or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, Rapunzel knocked it out of the park, and there's not really an equivalent. I don't know what that equivalent will be in the new rotated format. As far as whatever the most expensive card in the format is, could be Shark.
Well, Shark and Toa 6 are like probably the most expensive non-princess ones.
Shark would be an expensive promo. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they made like B Prep, Beast, Shark as like the promos or something?
Rotating, I guess, possibly, unless it's stayed in.
I have to run here momentarily, but one thing I want to say that we haven't touched on at all is I'm just really glad that there's an Infinity DLC because we're talking about rotation and all that. I had a lot of people locally that maybe hadn't played games that had rotated in the past. So they were like, oh, my collection's worthless. If you look at the market for Lorcana right now, I mean, every first chapter card is a fraction of what it used to be. So I know they're doing the store level Infinity event to get the whole new world promos. I think that'll be a really, really big deal for local stores. So I'm just glad we're going to have something. I think they did announce which DLC is Infinity.
Yes.
And correct. Yeah. And if for whatever reason, hopefully this isn't the case, I can't get into the other two. That's the one I want to play the most. I think that'll be
really interesting.
A really fun format overall.
Welcome back here in Flaversham.
I'm glad they're doing it, but it feels a lot worse being a 1 of 3 versus, say, a 1 of 5 DLC.
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, I'd like more, and if it was evenly split and there were 6, I'd be okay with that.
But, I think my ultimate concern is aside from doing it, is Infinity going to matter in the comp circuit anywhere else?
I think so.
Sure. I can see third parties getting involved.
Yeah. They're doing a side event.
I can
for
see
the other
third
one,
parties.
right? So we'll see how the side event.
Yeah, side events for the other DLCs. Yeah.
Right away, Ink is running Infinity. Here in 2 months, so we are already getting some support for it.
SSG is doing the same.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you heard it here first, but what if Worlds gets rid of Super Sealed and does some rounds Infinity, some rounds
I would much rather watch that than Super Sealed.
That sounds so much better.
What if it was the other way around and they only kept Super Sealed and got rid of the others?
Yes, let's do it.
I'm crazy. Give me all 3. I'll take all 3.
I mean, I still think.
All right, I gotta run. See you guys.
See you, Shane. I still think Super Sealed has a good potential point at being in Worlds. I think it shouldn't just be part of the main event driving who the winner is. But
I think 100% Infinity will be at Worlds.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's good watching. I'm all about the viewer experience lately.
it's fine to watch, but it's like fine to watch if it's just like, oh, Lorcana's on. But it's like the underlying assumptions of Super Sealed make it, in my opinion, not a very good viewer experience.
Yeah.
Wonder, your opinion on Super Sealed, did you feel your packs were like more loaded than all of your like normal testing?
Yeah. It did feel like I was really excited about it at first because I was like, oh, this deck is sick. Like, I opened exactly what I wanted. I got the Cusco Whale. I've got like multiple cards to combo with it. And like, I didn't have very many big solid removal. I had some reckless things. I just felt like maybe I could outvalue that way. I had some big characters. My first round opponent in game 1, I just like crushed with Whale Control and Merryweather. I was like, that game's reckless. I'll bounce this back, draw a card, play these 2 characters, exert something to force you to trade in. And I just kind of like did that throughout the game. And then in games 2 and 3, my opponent sided out the 7-drop and 6-drop Hades. And he said he just needed to go fast, that he would lose the late game, which was crazy. But, he went 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 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 5-drop. And continue to top deck 2 question 5 drops in one of the games, and I just didn't draw my Cusco and things. Apparently, I found that my deck really needed that Cusco whale. It could just not handle otherwise. I won my second round, and the third round I lost to someone who had Maui Shark and Rapunzel in the same deck with he had over 12 evasives in his deck.
Oh
I
my
killed
god.
a Maui
Rapunzel.
Shark and a Fidget with a Tug of War, and I still lost the game.
My gosh.
So
That was the legendary Rapunzel from set 8.
yes, so
Yeah,
I lost
that
the double
card seems-
evasive legendaries.
That card seems unbeatable.
Yeah.
In
Real strong
in
and limited.
Seal.
Yeah.
It requires a lot, that's for sure. And the double Fidgets to go with it.
yeah.
It's just like, all right. But I
You got
honestly
me.
would have maybe preferred just Jafar draft, honestly.
Hmm.
Or Cube draft. Give us Cube draft,
Yeah,
please,
give us
please,
Cube.
please.
All right. I got to run. This Chipotle is not agreeing.
Oh,
Boy.
See you, J-Bomb.
that's going to be the thumbnail. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
J-Bomb leaves pod in middle because Chipotle doesn't agree.
J-Bomb explodes in the washroom. But yeah, I guess the only other news really is we've got these Asian DLCs.
Ah, yes.
Asian DLCs. Yeah.
Which is pretty neat.
Pretty
so we've
neat.
got
Yeah.
I think you
Singapore,
noticed
Hong Kong,
none of
Taiwan, and
those are
Philippines.
none of them have the infinity tag on them.
Yeah, none of them say Infinity. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with this.
I mean, this is they made a kind of wild announcement today that only English language cards will be legal at these events.
Yeah.
And that to
Right.
me is like one of the most insane things we've ever heard from Ravensburger.
Really?
Where it's like, we are putting on official events and you cannot use official, actual printed Ravensburger cards in our official events. They're not allowed. Like,
Wait,
what
what do you mean? They're not allowed?
yeah, you can't play with your official French or Japanese or Chinese or German cards in an official Ravensburger event. You have to use English language.
No, I don't think that's the case, right? For English language events, anything.
No. No.
They,
For these events specifically, they said only English language product will be allowed.
Oh,
Oh, that was not
that's
the
weird.
impression I got. That's interesting. Yeah.
Those were the words that came out of their mouths.
Oh, okay.
Right? Am I misremembering? Am I going to make us look like complete fools?
well, good thing I have English language cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also interesting. These ones fall under the English legality, right? Because the game, I don't remember how long ago did this even come out yet for them?
No.
No.
Not.
It's coming
I don't
out.
think for these,
soon,
No,
right?
because it's coming out soon,
Yeah.
and I think that was part of it. Is that the game hasn't been released in their languages yet?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another weird thing is why is it top 15 for challenge?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Can't rule out a graphic mistake.
Yeah. We'll chalk it up to that.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, I
Can
mean,
you imagine?
since there's 4 of them, if it's
Coming
top
16.
if it's top 15, I mean, 60 is a fine number, right?
Yeah. 60. I guess 60 is one less than. Well, no, it's 40. 48 would be top 16 for 3, right? Oh, one of my lights is freaking out. Give me a moment.
Oh, never mind. I go back on everything. The top 15 is stupid. Well, that poor person who makes top 16, but is the 16th person.
Yep. Who is
They
16th?
just don't
You're
get to
out.
go. Yeah, jeez. How would you even determine? It's probably just based on probably lowest seeded Swiss person Who makes
I guess.
Toxicine just doesn't get to go.
But it is nice seeing that they're getting support as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully the games kind of picks up
And
over
they
there.
got 4.
Yeah, they got four. Huh.
So, I mean, that is a wide group of areas, though.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's. I mean, I love the expansion into other areas. I love expanding DLCs means moving into new areas, but I'd much rather they keep what we had here and in Europe and expand.
Yeah, why does it have to be an or? Why does it have to be, from our perspective, an or? Why can't it be an and?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are letting the speculation run wild because they can't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I felt like they even officially said something along the lines of it's a coincidence that the 3 DLCs are near where Pastimes is, or something along those lines. Which is like, I don't know. That seems just admit it. Just admit that they're there because that's where Pastime has connections with. I think isn't Milwaukee like a spot that
Milwaukee's like an hour and yeah. I've been to Pastimes events ages ago at both Indianapolis and Milwaukee.
Yeah. And that's
they don't like renting.
I don't think we're gonna think any less of them to be like, hey, we found a TO. And they use their standard connections to put events where they can put them.
Yeah. But it's like, it just happens that, Milwaukee is an hour and 15 minutes away from Pastime's main store.
Yeah.
And Indianapolis is, 3 hours and 30 minutes away from Pastime's main store. Like
just coincidence, man. Come on.
Just a coincidence. Just the way the
cookie crumbles.
Sticks fell on the floor.
Yeah. Duh.
I don't know,
but
I appreciate there being a bit more transparent with the Lorecast. But some things it's just like, oh well, planning events is really hard, and we can only do 3. It's okay.
Yeah. And I guess to give them a little bit of credit, we don't really need to know anyways, right?
Right.
It's not really going to affect anything for us.
Sure.
No.
Sort of, but
I mean, what it will do is preventing the community from grabbing hold of whatever insane conspiracy theory they want to hold on to. So
yeah. I heard they're killing Lorcana in the West. So sell your stuff, guys.
I mean, that's why Tyler had to go to Texas, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Lorecast didn't really go over much else. I think it was just mostly all that third-party stuff, which was, I will say, I was pretty decently happy with.
Yeah, I think this was a happy day. I would say a happy day for the competitive. There was a lot left Riftbound being played in the server today than other days.
Yeah.
Did we talk, and I don't want to keep running this forever, but did we talk about the Pastimes website and ticket buying?
We did.
Okay.
We did. Yeah. You can go back and watch that.
Yeah.
But basically, Shane was saying that they seem like they did like MagicCon and stuff before, which also had like thousands of people.
Okay.
And I think it went through a different website or a different provider.
A different point of sale.
Yeah. Like it wasn't straight from the Pastimes website. It directed somewhere else. So there should be hopefully something else.
All right, so fingers crossed. It's at least not their first time doing it, so there should be some.
Yeah, fingers crossed that they know what they're doing. Right?
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah.
Sounds good. We got Fabled news during Gen Con.
So
Fabled news in Gen Con. We got set champs starting on Saturday. You guys going to any set champs?
This Saturday I'm gonna try and do one, and I think that might be the only one I can do.
I unfortunately
Did you talk about ICL yet?
Oh no, ICL. ICL is finally wrapping up. We've got the top 4 match playing out tomorrow. Wait, what day is today? Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah. So tomorrow is the first.
Our crew plays against the Loungers.
Mm-hmm. And then, do we have a date for the ETB versus Villain Club? I want to say it's
That Monday.
Monday, right? Yeah. And
Oh,
then
nice.
Monday we've got that one. And then finals, I think we are trying to aim for the 18th. So it should be wrapping up this month,
That's exciting.
which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, that is
Those
exciting.
should be
It's
some
been
really good
a
matches too. Those
long
are
time
some.
coming, yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
4 good squads that are left in the ICL that
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
has some
I
good
will
players.
say they are 4 pretty memorable and representative of the community.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely for sure.
Yeah.
which is nice. So that's wrapping up. What else do we have? Maybe other events coming up. I guess Set Champs CCS and Inc is also coming up. That's starting like the weekend right after Fabled comes out.
Yep.
So those are the next 2 big events that I can think of. I don't think there's anything happening in August.
Well, SSG's kickoff invitational
have-
thing.
Oh, that's in August, or?
That's the weekend of release, I believe.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So like, even though that's the good thing about third-party grassroots events and stuff is like, even though there's no like official DLCs and stuff, there's still something to keep you kind of like
Yeah.
sated, right? As long as you can get to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Lorcana to be played for the next for the next couple weekends.
Yeah, not a dead game, confirmed. Yep.
Oh my god. Luke is cracking me up.
I see him poking out from the side.
I think he like does like the leaning into the controller to make it work.
Maybe. Maybe.
Better. Hey,
Maybe.
that's exactly how I play that game.
I've still yet to play Celeste.
It's a
is
very
excellent.
It's a very good game.
It is very good. The base, just a normal playthrough is awesome, and then it has some extremely difficult challenges.
Yes, I've seen.
Yeah.
I
can barely make it
Yeah.
through the base game.
There's a few popular games I haven't played yet,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think-
weird. So.
Luke, I think you're in World 3 of 6.
I think so. Somewhere early. I'm replaying it.
But yeah,
Great job,
I guess
Luke.
thanks for joining on the pod. Great news, good times to be had, and
Yep.
don't forget to get your tickets July 16th.
Yep.
Don't miss them, or you'll probably be crying for quite a while. Yeah. Have a good
Some
one.
people are going to be very sad.
Yeah.
Some
Bye,
will. I've seen people
everyone.
want to quit, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Meow, 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 meow. Bye.
Ba-da.